Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everything Football and welcome to the Champions League Fantasy Tips Show. So, I'm back again. A couple of days ago, I talked about the best goalkeepers to own in the Champions League Fantasy season this season and also talked about the defenders. This time around, I'm here to talk about the midfielders, and the next video will be about the strikers. I'll also have a team selection video, captain selection video, and all that. But here we are going to be talking about the midfielders. First up, my league code is on the screen. You can join the Everything Football League. That's 83UVQC0A09. The direct link is the first link in the description, so you can go and click, and it will directly take you to the league, and all you have to do is accept. So without wasting any more time, make sure to smash the like button, make sure to subscribe. The channel is still new, and let's talk about the midfielders. For me, one of the most important, if not the most important position in any fantasy league that you're playing, any fantasy league that you are going to play. So the first midfielder I'm going to talk about is Bruno Fernandes. Now, for Bruno Fernandes, as you can see, plays for Manchester United, in case you don't know already. It will cost you 10.5 million to get him in, and is currently owned by 17%. So let's take a look at Bruno Fernandes, 17%. Yeah, he is. So if we put him in there, his fixtures are what attract me to him. The group is not that hard. They have young boys in the first game, Villarreal and Atalanta. And even against Atalanta, you can expect it to be a high-scoring game. Yes, people are kind of not going for Bruno Fernandes in the English Fantasy League and in the Champions Fantasy League because of one Cristiano Ronaldo who has just arrived at Manchester United. Will he take away the penalties from him? Will he take away the free kicks from him, like the goals from him? Will that happen to Bruno Fernandes? Because if that happens, it kind of takes away his attraction, basically. So for Bruno Fernandes, for me, I'd definitely try and get him in, because even if Ronaldo scores, it will probably be Fernandes crossing the ball to him or something like that. So Fernandes for me is a really, really good option. Last season, they went out of the group stage, but he still managed 4 goals. So he's still a very, very good option, and owned by only 17%. You can even say he's a differential, by the way. You can even say he's already a differential. So he also got 2 points for ball recoveries last season. And remember, for the Champions League fantasy, it's different. If one of the midfielders or one of the defenders, strikers, whoever has some ball recoveries, he gets some points for it. And also, you get an extra point if the player scores from outside the box. Bruno Fernandes scored from outside the box against Newcastle, and it's always a threat from outside the box. So that could be a huge benefit to you. And the second midfielder is going to be Mason Mount, who currently plays for Chelsea. He will cost you 7.5 million pounds, and is currently owned by 14%. For me, this is a very, very good option. Goals, assists, scoring from outside the box. He's on set pieces, a couple of corners, a couple of free kicks as well. He was rested in the Premier League game, so he'll definitely start in game week 1, and they're facing Zenit at home. You can expect him to return. 24 balls recovered last season, and that earned him 5 points. And remember, Chelsea always keep clean sheets. Chelsea always keep clean sheets, and that is a good thing, because for the midfielders, they get an extra point for keeping a clean sheet. So Bruno Fernandes would be my second midfielder to have in my team. What a player, what a guy to have. I think he's a very good player. In fact, for that price, 7.5 million, I'd definitely have him in. So that is the second midfielder I'd have. And his team is really good. And their group as well, apart from Zenit, they have very, very easy fixtures. Apart from Juventus, maybe you can even say they'll beat Juventus, basically. So some really, really good fixtures. And that Malmo and Zenit games, very, very attractive. The third midfield I'm going to talk about is Federico Chiesa of Juventus. He will cost you 9 million pounds, and he's currently owned by 14% of fantasy managers. Now, obviously, Ronaldo left the club, so he will have a few more chances, a few more goals to his name. Last season, he had a very, very good campaign in the Champions League. He had a very good campaign at the Euros last summer. Currently owned by only 14%, it could be a massive differential for you. 5 attacking returns last season in the Champions League, totaled at 40 points last season. What a great option. For me, I think Maybe you might not have him in your team because there's so many other midfielders I'm not even talked about, but he's a good option because also Juventus, just like Chelsea, their group is quite easy with Malmo and Zenit. You can expect another clean sheet point for him, just like Mason Mount. You can expect a couple of goals. And if it's anything like last season, it will give you very, very many points. So those would be my 3 must-own defenders. Not really must-own, but the best, the top picks in terms of midfield. Obviously, you could have the likes of Mohamed Salah, who's always an attraction. But for me, what puts me off him, it's quite expensive, and their group is not that easy. They have Atletico Madrid, AC Milan, FC Porto. Their group is not that easy. And if you're going to also have a lot of strikers who I'm going to talk about in the next video, and by the time it's out, I'm going to link it up in the YouTube card right now for the best strikers. If you're going to have all the top strikers, all the expensive strikers, I think having the likes of Salah and Fernandes, all of them in midfield, it's not possible basically. So Fernandes, Mount, and Chiesa are very good options. Now, obviously, they're not the only ones. There are other players I would like to own from midfield, and those are the players from Inter Milan. Çalhanoğlu and Perisic, their group, they have the likes of Sheriff and Shakhtar Donetsk in their group. It's quite hard to pick whoever is going to start. That's the only problem with them. So maybe in front, the likes of Zeko you could have, and a couple of defenders because their group is quite good for them. So also targets the Inter Milan midfielder. So those are my midfielder picks. I'll be back again with the striker picks, and you'll also see a captaincy video and a team selection video. Make sure to smash the like button. I'll really appreciate it. Keep staying safe. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next one.